Did you know? While the name Pikachu may seem like it's inspired by the pika, a mountainous rodent, the name actually comes from two Japanese onomatopoeias. According to series creator Satoshi Tajiri, the name is a blend of pika pika, the sound for electricity sparking, and chu chu, the sound of a mouse squeaking. Similarly, Pikachu's evolution Raichu comes from Rai, the Japanese word for thunder, and chu. As the series mascot, Pikachu has received a lot of public attention. The character has appeared on airplanes, as a balloon in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, and even as an official representative for Japan's soccer team during the 2014 World Cup. But, unthinkable as it may seem today, Pikachu was not always planned to be Pokemon's biggest icon. In an interview with Time Tokyo, Tajiri revealed that Pikachu only became the face of Pokemon during the pre-production on the animated series. Tajiri said, "When they did the anime, they wanted a specific character to focus on. Pikachu was relatively popular compared with the others, and potentially both boys and girls would like it. They heard a lot of opinions about this. It wasn't my idea." Pokemon's first manga adaptation, named simply Pokemon Pocket Monsters, didn't initially star Pikachu. Predating the anime by about 5 months, the book instead featured Clefairy as the protagonist Red's partner. According to Joseph Tobin in the book Pikachu's Global Adventure, The Rise and Fall of Pokemon, Clefairy was chosen to make the book more engaging. Because of this, it's possible that Clefairy could have been the face of the series if it weren't for Pikachu's popularity in focus tests. And since the character is yellow, a primary color, it was theorized that Pikachu may be more recognizable to younger audiences. There was also less competition among yellow characters at the time, with the only standout example being Winnie the Pooh. Another surprising fact is that series artist Ken Sugimori didn't design Pikachu. He simply did the final illustration for the character. Instead, Pikachu was designed by Atsuko Nishida, who allegedly helped design around 30 of the original 151 Pokemon. Like most Pokemon in the anime, Pikachu communicates by saying some or all of its name. However, unique to Ash's Pikachu are recognizable phrases that have specific meanings. Pika-P, for example, means Satoshi, which is Ash's Japanese name. Pikachu's speech was also once planned to be even more diverse. Originally, Pokemon were supposed to gradually learn Japanese over an extended period of time, with Pikachu planned to speak similarly to a baby. These ideas were, of course, scrapped. Pikachu's voice actress, IKUE OTANI, was initially disappointed by her lack of a full speaking role. This disappointment left her when she realized her performance was being heard by audiences worldwide. Due to a misunderstanding, OTANI thought she was auditioning for the part of Pikachu's rival, Meowth. She appeared at the audition with the wrong script and nearly missed her call to audition for the character. OTANI's voice was also featured as an Easter egg in Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2, and is used instead of a traditional cry if the player imports their Pikachu from Pokemon Yellow. Pikachu did eventually learn the language of humans, speaking in a comically deep timbre voice in the adventure game Detective Pikachu: Birth of a New Team. The fan-made English trailer by the YouTube user TealHollow1 imagined how a Western version might sound, dubbing Pikachu with lines by American actor Danny DeVito. The trailer helped spark a push to have DeVito voice the character, but the actor publicly declined, stating he'd never even heard of Pokemon. Pikachu's impact can be seen extensively in the real world. Each year, the island nation of Niue releases commemorative coins depicting characters from various franchises. These coins were made to heighten global awareness of Niue and its economy, and have featured franchises such as Star Wars, Doctor Who, and various Disney properties. In 2001, the country released commemorative Pokemon coins, displaying Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, and of course, Pikachu. The coins have since become collector's items, fetching a high price online. Another example of Pikachu's fame took place in the Lower District Garden of New Orleans, where a 5-foot-tall Pikachu sculpture appeared overnight. The statue appeared on July 31st, 2016, during the height of Pokemon Go's popularity. It remains unclear who was responsible for the stunt, or how they erected the statue without anybody noticing. The statue was removed soon after, and the anonymous artist auctioned it off. The sculpture was sold for $2,000, and the proceeds were used to restore the park's fountains. Pikachu even influenced the naming of a retinal protein. The protein Pikachurin was discovered by researchers at the Osaka Bioscience Institute in 2008. Pikachurin is essential for transmitting visual electric information to the brain, and is important for tracking moving objects. Without this protein, information would take many times longer to reach the brain. The protein was named after Pikachu due to the character's association with electricity and speed, and its discovery will potentially lead to better treatment for vision disorders. Pikachu's fame soon led to the Pokemon getting its own game, Hey You Pikachu. This was one of only 2 games to use the Nintendo 64's voice recognition unit, and the only one released in the West. However, the title was never released in Europe. A number of alterations were made to the game's American version, most of which relate to cultural differences. In the Japanese version of the game, shoes can be seen outside a glass door of the player's room. It's customary in Japan for people to take their shoes off before stepping indoors. The shoes were removed in the American version as this custom is less common. The game also references the Nintendo 64, which can be found in the player's home, and while the N64 looks accurate in the American version, the model in its Japanese version is fairly inaccurate. The console has 2 gray lines running down it, and its cartridges resemble that of an American Super Nintendo. When the Nintendo DS was unveiled at E3 2004, a line of tech demos were shown to illustrate the system's features. One of these games, simply titled Pikachu DS, was compared to Hey You Pikachu by those who played it. Similar to the N64 game, the player interacted with Pikachu in various ways, this time using the DS's touchscreen. In the US TV spot of Hey You Pikachu, a girl asks her brother how he knows Pikachu is a boy. Although this wasn't a feature at the time, it is now possible to tell what sex a Pikachu is at a glance. One of Pikachu's signature moves, Volt Tackle, is named Volt Tecker in Japanese. The name references a move used by Pulseman, the hero of Game Freak's previous project before Pokemon. Pulseman's Volt Tecker is named after the signature move of the Tatsunoko character Tekkaman, Volteka. Did you also know that Brock wasn't originally the first gym leader in Pokemon Red and Blue? Or that several Pokemon characters had their identities altered to avoid controversy in the West? For more Pokemon facts, check out the DidYouKnowGaming video on Pokemon secrets and censorship. And if you like this video, give it a like. And hey, what's up? It's been a while, Lee here. I do work over on Arcadia, as I'm sure you know, because I've done a ton of these at this point. On the channel, we do have a video called Pokemon Clones by my buddy Eruption. It talks about games from the 90s that basically copied Pokemon full stop, so please go check it out.